Alright, so what I've seen so far as we're working with cylinders, is we seem pretty good when you're given the diameter and radius and all that. But working backwards seems to be the trickiest part so far. So I just want to make a video showing you a couple examples of how you would do this, or these types of problems. So in the first example problem, we have the volume of a cylinder is 90 pi inches cubed. The height of the cylinder is 10 inches, and using that information, I'm going to be able to find the radius of the base. So I have my cylinder, the height's 10, and I just need to find my radius. So what's going to be helpful here is by using our volume formula and plugging in what I have. So I know that the volume is 90 pi, so I'm going to plug that in for volume. The height is 10, so I'm going to plug that in for height. And now, looking at this, even though this looks kind of ugly, I can solve for r, because that's the only variable that I have left. So first, I'm going to simplify. I'm going to get rid of pi on both sides. Now this problem looks a little bit better. I'm going to divide both sides by 10. I'm left with 9 equals r squared. My last step is to square root both sides, and I can see that my radius is 3 inches. In my second example problem, I'm given the volume of a cylinder and that it's 150 pi meters cubed. And now I'm given the radius, and I'm given that the radius is 5 meters. Using that, I want to find the height. So, same process here. I'm just going to plug in, and now h is going to be my variable to solve for. So, the radius of the base is 5, so I'm going to plug that in for r. But what's important to note here is that I'm taking the radius and I'm squaring it. So that 5 squared is going to turn into 25 when I plug it into the formula. From there, I'm given that my volume is 150 pi, so I'm going to plug that in for my volume. And now, all I got to do is solve. Again, I'm going to divide both sides, or get rid of pi on both sides. Divide both sides by 25. And I see that my height is 6 meters. The last problem we're going to look at in this video, a lot of us seem to get kind of confused when you weren't given pi, so the number looked a little bit uglier. So here's an example showing that. The volume of a cylinder is 461.814 centimeters cubed. The height of the cylinder is 3 centimeters. Find the radius of the base. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to use my volume formula, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Even though this is a decimal, I'm still going to kind of work out everything the same way. I'm going to plug in that decimal for my volume, because that's my volume. I'm going to plug in 3 for my h, because it gave me the height. And now, all I have to do is solve again. So here, since I'm not given that volume in terms of pi, I can't just get rid of the pi on both sides. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to get r by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3 pi. When I do that in my calculator, I'm going to see that actually comes out to be a nice whole number. I have 49 equals r squared. So my last step, square root both sides, and I get 7. And if you're ever not sure with this, something that you can do to double check your answer, if you're really not sure, is you could see, okay, is my volume actually going to give me that 461 number? I could plug that back in for my volume and do pi times 7 squared times 3, and then multiply it all out, and you will get that decimal. So you'd be good to go there.